Recent CA campus placement, which has happened between February, March 2024. This is nothing but 59th campus placement program of ICI. The average package offered was 13 lakhs, 1-3. That IIT Bombay, the least package offered was how much, per annum? 4 lakhs. You might be saying, sir, my senior is not even getting 5 lakhs per annum. We are doing a very less investment required course. How many of you are sincerely studying the whatever syllabus that you are having so that you can take up a high profile corporate role? Let us compare how much investment is required for doing IIT, how much investment is required for doing IIM, and how much is the job offering that you are getting there. You are all having so many concerns. I think I've seen many of students discussing in various forums, especially on Instagram, Reddit, and Quora, even in Telegram groups, regarding decline in the job market. Like, this video, what I'm doing, this was actually prompted by one of the students' comment on my YouTube video, where he's raising his concern that many influencers and CA friends and seniors, they are saying that it is absolutely waste of time doing CA. There are no jobs in the market. Somewhere the student, he was demotivated for that, and he texted. He just made a comment on one of my video. And I feel it is high time for me to clarify what is happening in the industry, like what exactly is happening. What is the job market scenario right now? For your information, there is a decline in the job market, and the answer is absolutely true. And it is not specific to only CA and CMA courses. It is even more specific to IITs and IIMs. Let us do a proper analysis of what is happening in the industry right now, like in IIT or IIM and in CA. Let us only take campus placements related data of these three institutes, because generally some students, what they say is immediately, sir, I'm working hard work, I'm doing 5 years of struggle and then getting a certificate and finally ending up with getting a nominal pay in the job. CA, the CA students and CMA students argument is, we are working for almost 3 to 5 years hard work, and we are getting a certificate, and when we go with the certificate, hardly companies are paying 6 to 7 lakhs per annum. This is the minimum package which companies are paying, sir. Like, how can we sustain in the life, like with this much of efforts, with this much of hard work? What should we do with these kinds of meager packages? Fine. I'll speak with the statistical data. Recent CA campus placement, which has happened between February, March 2024. This is nothing but 59th campus placement program of ICI. Approximately 6,900 students have applied for the campus placement. 3,000 students were offered with the jobs. And of course, the number of students ultimately accepted is 2,200. The number of students accepted is generally not a criteria. How many were offered? 3,000 were offered. Close to 40% of whoever have attended the campus placement, 40% of them were offered jobs. One important thing, the average package offered was 13 lakhs, 1-3. One of the argument, what in the social media they're saying is, to CS are not getting minimum 7-8 lakhs also. That's absolutely wrong. 13 lakhs is the average package in the 59th campus placement. Wait, don't try to comment immediately. Listen till the end of the video with my full argument. I will also talk about exceptional scenarios. I know you might be saying, sir, my senior is not even getting 5 lakhs per annum. I'll come up to that. I'll cover that point also. Wait. Immediately we listen half and try to comment. Don't do that. On September 1st week, there is an article that IIT Bombay, the least package offered was how much, per annum? 4 lakhs. The least package offered to an IIT graduate from Bombay, the least package was 4 lakhs. Now tell me, can I say IITs are having only 4 lakhs package? No. What is the average package the IITs have actually got? Somewhere around 23-24 lakh. In the recent 2024 IIT placements, approximately the average package was 23.5 lakh. That is average package. The least amount offered was 4 lakhs in IIT Bombay. So in IIT Bombay, the average package was 23. Now coming to our CA, what is the average package offered? It was 13 lakhs. Now immediately you might say, sir, which means IIT is better than CA? Wait, CA course requires less efforts, less investment, less risky, and the returns are also less. You studied this fundamental principle in financial management. Higher the risk, higher the return. Lower the risk, lower the return. CA is a low risky course. For sure, I'm telling you, it's a very less risky course. Don't say that you studied 5 years. Don't argue that. CPD, you would have studied hardly 2 to 3 months. Some 3 months of coaching. I know how you went with coaching. Some 2 to 3 months you would have studied. CA Inter, you would have studied some 4 to 5 months. I'm talking about only the sincere amount of time that you studied. I'm not talking about, suppose one day you're sitting, you're just chit-chatting with friends and, time passing with social media reels. That is not counted in, study time. You are studying CA Inter effectively 4 to 5 months. To best of my knowledge, I know most of the students study 4 to 5 months in the CA Inter. CA final some 6 months. So as a whole, if you compile CA foundation 3 months, CA inter some 4 to 5 months, and CA final 6 months, even total put together, adverse scenarios to calculate 1.5 years is the effective study you put into. Do not count articleship. Articleship is not counted anywhere in the world in the course curriculum duration. For example, MBBS students do some 1 to 2 years of internship before they pursue MD. But when you ask an MBBS students, what is that course, what is the doctor course duration for becoming a doctor? They say 4 years or 7 years. 4 years plus MD some 2 to 3 years. So total put together 6 to 7 years. They said they never count that internship. You and me are only sitting and counting internship also. Never do that. Internship is not counted in the academic duration curriculum. First point. Then let us compare how much investment is required for doing IIT, how much investment is required for doing IIM, and how much is the job offering that you are getting there. And so let's do a comparative analysis to understand we are doing a wonderful course, CA and CMA. Do not believe based on the Instagram comments, YouTube comments. No, do not believe anything based on the comments or debates and arguments. Always speak with facts. I know CAs who are not able to earn 6 lakhs per annum. CAs not able to earn 6 lakhs per annum. And I also know CAs who are earning monthly more than 1 crore. Monthly, I'm telling you, means yearly 12 crores. I know CAs who are not able to earn yearly 6 lakhs. And I also know CAs who are earning yearly 12 to 13 crore. Minimum, I'm telling you. Not with any business background. It depends upon, like, it's all about, it also, I mean, you need to consider the extremes also. Don't only look at the lower extreme. Also look at the higher extreme. The same is the case with IIT. The same is the case with IM. The same is the case with doctors as well. You go and ask any doctor, how are the opportunities in medicine? They will tell you, they will give you a hell lot of list of, arguments why you should not study doctor. You go and ask IIMs. They will tell you why IIM is not a worthy course. There are many articles. You go and ask IIT. They will tell you why IIT is not a worthy course. The same is happening with CA/CMA. We generally see with a narrow perspective, within our course alone, we generally compare. That's not something correct. For pursuing IIT, the average cost of completing IIT, I'm just talking about IIT, the average cost of completing IIT is ranging between 15 to 20 lakhs. The actual expenditure starts with IIT JEE entrance coaching fee. That is somewhere ranging between 1.5 to 2 lakhs in the physics wala itself. In the physics wala, they have some programs, Vidyapit, something. See, I am not an economic expert in this. I am not a job market expert. Based on my, a meager research, based on my basic research, whatever I did just before doing this video, I got this data. So, 2 lakhs is the average cost of the coaching fee for the IIT entrance, by the way. I'm telling you, 2 to 2.5 lakh is the entire coaching cost for the CA. CA foundation students are bearing on an average 50,000 to 60,000. Do not count hostel expenditure. Hostel expenditure is not counted anywhere in the cost of education. Remember. Then CA inter, assuming you're studying in a very physical classes, a big institute, 1 lakh is the fees they are charging. CA final, again, per faculty you will be taking where the fees will be 1 lakh. On an average, the CA coaching cost is somewhere close to 3 lakh. Proper coaching. And the amount of whatever entire CA coaching cost that you're spending is spent in IIT entrance exam itself. 2 lakhs. 2.5 lakh you're spending. And you know what is the IIT total fees for the 4 years program as a whole put together for each semester, all put together if you total it, as per the, you're seeing, there is a list here. For each IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, IIT, Kolkata, IIT Ahmedabad, I've given a list of it. The average cost is 10 to 12 lakhs. I'm only telling you the academic cost. In addition to it, IIT entrance cost is there, IIT, some hostel fund donations and all over there, so many other were there, which are making it totally the cost of IIT, the cost of becoming an IIT is close to 20 lakhs. IIM, like some students ask me, sir, IIM is much more worthier course than CA. Absolutely, yes. No doubt about it. IIM is much more worthier than CA. Don't show me Ratan Tata quotation where it says, I need CAs to guide them. No, don't show me. Never, Ratan Tata never said that. It is somebody who created that. Okay, fine. The cost of completing IIM is per annum 20 lakhs. Per annum. I think IIM has some 2 years to 5 years, some various programs were there. The total cost of becoming an IIM is somewhere around 25 to 30 lakhs. So, investment is high. Efforts also high. Remember, IIT requires substantially higher efforts than CA. If at all you think CA is a tough course, I'm telling you, you will die of IIT. You can't even look at IIT syllabus. You can't even solve the logics which IIT is having. I'm telling you, CA is a very easier course than IIT. CA is a very easier course even than IIM. Don't again show me Google search results where it says CA is the toughest course. No. Google search results work based on what we input. What substantially. I don't mind saying this. Many CS students are with narrow-minded. Whether you admit it or not, many CS students, they do not have exposure on other industries. Since they do not have exposure on other industries, they only think that CA is the toughest course. Not at all. IIT is much more substantially tougher course. Medicine is toughest thing. IM is tough compared to CA, I'm telling you. So they study 4 to 7 years minimum, full-time 4 to 7 years, full-time education. That is a minimum amount of time the other professionals are investing. The amount of professional time that you are investing for getting qualification is hardly 1.5 to 2 years. Lesser the investment, monetarily, non-monetarily, lesser the returns. Higher the investment, higher the returns. As simple as such. And one important fact I want to tell you, in CA is no. In CA, the risk is less. I'm honestly telling you, the risk is compared to any other course, any other professional course like IIT, IIM or doctor you take, the risk is quite lesser. Because we can easily somehow qualify CA compared to them, and somehow we can easily get a job. For example, I'll tell you one of the incident which happened with my friend is, when my friend 10, 11 years ago, this happened somewhere in 2012, 2013. When he joined in a company where he got a package of some 6 to 7 lakhs. He's a CMA qualified. So at that time, he got some 6 to 7 lakhs package. And along with him, there was another non-finance graduate and some tech candidate. He has got a package of some 3.2 lakh. So at the initial level, no, my first salary is 7 lakhs, which is double the salary of a BTech guy, for example. So naturally, we feel very happy because, I have chosen something right course. But you know what? Today, his salary is somewhere around 35 to 40 lakhs. And the guy who joined for 3 lakhs, right? His package is somewhere around 1.5 to 2 crore. Yes. CA course, CMA course, whatever the job, whatever the roles we are taking up, maximum at what level you reach in a company? CFO, correct? You take Tata Consultancy Services, the CEO salary is somewhere around 130 to 140 crores. Whereas CFO, the Tata Consultancy Services, CFO salary is somewhere less than 15 crore. Somewhere around 10 to 15 crore. I'm even telling you a higher number only. Whereas CEO salary is somewhere around 150 crore. CFO salary is 10 times lesser than CEO. Very simple. We CS and CMAs, we are only working on supportive roles to the organizations. We are not creating business. We are not bringing the business. BTech, IITs, to some extent IIMs, these are the people who are actually bringing the business and driving the business. We are only working on supportive roles. And that is why the salary and the growth is very less. Initial packages in CA is very good, but the growth in the corporate ladder is very nominal. Like 10% growth or 15% growth every year on year. But not an eccentrical growth like IITs and IIMs. That kind of eccentrical growth is only there in IITs or BTech, tech background. There no, risk is very high. Investment is very high. Initial package is very low. But long run, after they secure a job, the kind of efforts that we put after we secure a job, if the similar efforts were put by a tech candidate, he will see 10 to 15 times of growth. Whereas no matter how much effort you put into the job, you only get 10 to 15% of hike every year, 10 to 15%. Whereas they get 10 to 15 times, means 1000 to 1500% growth. This is the total outlook of the job opportunities, that be it for CA, be it for IIT, be it for IIM, all that. Long story short, the conclusion is very simple. We are doing a very less investment required course. Now, the investment for becoming a CA is very less. 2, the efforts that we have to put in, do not count articleship. Maximum 2 years is the study efforts that you have to put. And the initial package is decent, somewhere ranging between 7 lakh to 25, 30 lakh. Average package as per the IC data is some 13 to 14 lakh. Average package right now. So looking at the Delhi campus placement, that rush, okay, so many CA students, so many CA graduates in the campus placement, so much of all that mess. Do not conclude based upon that. Conclude based upon poll statistics. There is an economic slowdown. There is an economic slowdown across the world that is affecting not just CA-CMA. In fact, I'm telling you, we are less affected compared to others. We are less affected compared to other professions. So ultimately, the conclusion is there is a plenty of demand for CAs and CMS and even IITs and IIMs. Sometimes, as a whole, if you see the scenario, if you see a student who did not secure a job, from his point of view, if you see, he will always say that this is a waste course. Think about the student who got the highest package. It's all about to whom we are talking to, from whose perspective you are listening to. But don't take either of their position. Come out of that entire zone. Look at the picture as a whole. This scenario is something there from past 20 years. It is not something that newly came up in 2024 or 2023 or post-COVID. This scenario is there from the past 20, 30 years. Every 100 years, not every 100 years, I can say every 35 to 40 years, this scenario will repeat. Once economic slowdown stops, once again the growth phase starts across all the world economies, again you will see substantial hike in every sector, in every profession. The CS average packages will substantially increase. The IITs and IIMs package will also substantially increase. So don't come to conclusions based on some Instagram reels or some of your friends or seniors who are talking with a very meager knowledge about other industries, who do not have any knowledge about other industries, who only knows about CS. I'm telling you other industries. Like some of your friends, they said, no, a CS is waste of time. Ask him what is the best alternative course. What is the alternative course that you can finish within 2 to 3 lakhs? One of the reason, I can say one of the main reason why many students choose CA, CMA courses, because of the affordability it has. Personally, myself, I have chosen CA course. In my entire CA foundation, inter and final put together, the amount I spent is somewhere around 1.2 lakh. That is the first factor affected me to take CA course, to take up CA course. Actually, I personally love engineering. I personally love to do engineering. I want to create something. But my financial position, my financial, my background, it can never afford me. It can never enable me to afford engineering. So I have chosen CA course. Where less investment is required, damn sure I'll get a job. With this objective, I took up the CA course. So, think holistically before you conclude anything. Don't worry about the career. I'm telling you, you sincerely do your work. And I just want to sum up on these points. Sorry if I'm taking your time. So, conclusion, ultimate conclusion, every sector will have ups and downs. You just have to accept it at that moment. That will rectify later. This entire slow down in the jobs, everything will rectify later on. That's it. Be sincere in your efforts. How many of you are sincerely studying the whatever syllabus that you are having so that you can take up a high profile corporate role? Typically zero. None of you, every one of you want to qualify exam as soon as possible with as much as possible shortcuts that are there in the market. And you are talking about, getting opportunities, good package, top packages, all that. So first be sincere in your process, be sincere in your learning, make yourself expert in such a way that the other person, whoever is interviewing you, should astonish about your knowledge. That's it. All the very best. Do well.